Good morning. So we will have a quick view at the double dimensional array, and then we will continue tomorrow. Right. So basically, what is the double dimensional array? Okay. Multi-dimensional array can be there, right? Double dimensional array is what you see in front of, uh, what you see in the presentation. So there will be rows and columns. The single dimensional array is just no one element beside other element, contiguous memory location. And double dimensional array, there will be rows and columns. But friends, this is pictorial representation for us, not for the memory. Okay. So in memory, okay, double dimensional array is like this. Okay, for our pictorial representation, right? So if declared array is declared as suppose num of 3 and 5. When you declare array as num of 3 and 5, right? Its pictorial representation, visual interpretation is going to be like this, right? 3 rows and 5 columns, right? But inside memory, the elements are stored like this, contiguous. Okay, inside memory, elements are stored like this. But then the question is, how does that indexing? Because indexing is very important, right? Otherwise, it is a single dimensional array, right? So that it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. But array has not been declared in that fashion. Array has been declared as a double dimensional array. So indexing will be again uh, that it will start from the zero, right? But each element will be having two indexes. Okay, one is of row and another is for the column. So indexing of first element, right, or this element is going to be 0 and 0, right? This is indexing of first element. So what will be indexing of this element? It will be 0 and 1, right? It will be 0 and 1. It will be 0 2, 0 3, 0 4, right? What will happen here? 1 0, 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4. Here 2 0, 2 1, 2 3, 2 4, uh, 2 0, 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, and 2 4. Right? That is how indexing is done. In indexing by the compiler. Right? So this will be 0 0. Right? This will be 0 1. Okay. So what will be this last element or this element? What is this row index? 2. Because this is in the animation I have showed you everything. Right. This is row index 0. Right. This is first row. And this is second row. Right. And this is 0th column, first column, second column, third column, fourth column. Right. So indexing of this element will be what? Indexing of this element will be 2 comma 4, right? This is indexing of this element. 0, 1, 2, sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3. Indexing will be 2, comma 3, right? And indexing of this will be 2, comma 4, right? This is how elements are stored in the memory and accessed, right? For example, so suppose there is a array, uh, suppose 2, comma 3, uh, 2 rows and 3 columns, right? So how to enter elements in this? Definitely you need, because there is row and there are columns. So I less than or equal to, so I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 2, right? I plus plus, I is equal to 1, I is equal to 0, I less than or equal to 1, I plus plus, right? Printf enter number, scanf %d ampersand num of I comma j, right? So numbers will stored as 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, then 1, 0, 1, 1 and 1, 2, right? So there will be 2 rows, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2 rows and 3 columns. Total 6 numbers will be there, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, how this loop is going to be executed? Okay, outer side is for the row number of rows, and inner side is for the number of columns. Okay. Now, what is the use of this? First of all, there can be a lot of data, okay, which cannot be stored in a single dimensional array, because single dimensional array is an array of double dimensional array is an array of single dimensional array. If you can see this image, right, this is a double dimensional array, right? This is a double dimensional array, but inside memory this is an array of single dimensional array. Why? Because this is a separate array. So three arrays are there, no? So double dimensional array is an array of single dimensional array. This is an array, but array of what? Single dimensional array. So this is the first array of that array of arrays. This is second array. And this is third array. Alright. So many times we need to store data like that. For example, suppose uh, are you students, right? So there will be 5 rows, hmm, and 3 subjects. So, but we have to store roll number as well, right? So there will be 4 rows, right? So what will be the size of double dimensional array? 5 rows and 4 columns. Okay. So we will declare accordingly. Int std suppose info, right? So there will be 5 rows and 4 columns. We are going to store that, right? Uh, this program again can be developed, okay, and we will develop that slowly. Hmm? So we will take just roll number and marks for 3 subjects, right? So how we can write int I, comma j for I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 4, right? I plus plus. This is in outside loop is for the row, and for each row we are going to take a lot of things, right? For I is equal to and right here I is equal to 1, I sorry j is equal to 1, right? Reason you will come to know. J, we'll go step by step. I don't want you to get confused again. J less than or equal to 3, j plus plus, right? Printf, enter. But if we say here enter marks, then in the first column also marks will be stored, because we want this to be like this: roll number, marks, right? We want like this: roll number and marks, and like this, right? So when you element this, when you enter this, okay, at the index having I and j is equal to 0, right? It should ask for the roll number. So we have to write that outside this loop, right? You'll write printf enter roll number slash t and scanning percent d, and what you'll have to write, and std info, you have to write index and here permanent 0, because in this column the value of that second index, okay, is going to be 0 for all. The value of I will be only changed. That's why it has written, I have written inside the inner for loop. So here it will be 1, so that for value of 1 2 3, right? Value of 1 2 3, we will take marks, right? Percent d, and here I can write std info. Here we can write I comma j, because j we have written already, right? Uh, and we can print that, at least print and then go ahead for I equal to 0, I less than or equal to I plus plus for j equal to 0, j less than or equal to 3, j plus plus printf percent d, suppose percent 4d std I comma j, and once first row is printed we will put that. You can now visualize that everything. Std info, no sorry, only slash n, right? uh, let's try to execute this. So it will execute the roll number, suppose 101, right? Enter marks 56, 85. Oh God, what happened? I haven't put the ampersand. I told you, no, I also make mistakes. 101, 56, 66, 48, 102, 95, 78, 84, 103, 75, 96, 14. Oh my god, 14 marks. Okay, no problem. 104, 75, 88. So got this? How? Okay, something went wrong. Okay, we'll examine that. Okay, so 101, 102, 103, 104. Okay, maybe probably loop executed one more time. Something might have gone wrong. Okay, some junk values are printed. How many inputs we gave? 101, 102, 103, 104. How many 5 students are there? Okay. Uh, what is wrong? Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. It's less than 4, no? Right? One single mistake. 101, 102, 103, 104, and 105. So this is how the use of double dimension array, right? So this is going to be roll number, then marks of physics, chemistry, maths, right? Then 102 marks of physics, chemistry, maths, like this. Okay. So this is how the double dimension is. So a lot of things are there. Okay. Today we'll stop. Uh, I need to think whether this is the right moment to teach you pointers and double dimension array, because again there will be a maze of pointers. A lot of pointers are going to be there, right? Very interesting. And second thing is that this program we will develop. Okay, we will give 3 4 days for array so that you become comfortable, right? uh, Here only, this is not part of this program, right? uh, a double dimensional array, how to initialize, I didn't tell you, right? Suppose there are 3 rows and 4 columns. This is how double dimensional array is initialized. Okay, this is the one way. Second way is to, there has to be a semicolon, right? And another way is this way. Okay, this is another way. Okay, this is bit readable, right? This for us it is may not be readable or a bit confusing because it seems like a single dimensional array, but since we have declared this as a double dimensional, compiler doesn't have any problem, right? Compiler will store. So this will be a 0 0, this will be a 0 1 index, right? Then this will be 0 2, this will be 1 0 1 1 and 1 2. That's it. So it doesn't have that problem. Okay. But here, uh, you should know this. Okay, as far as double dimensional array initialization is concerned, in some programs, double dimensional array has to be initialized. Okay, some date and no month and this kind of programs are there. I mean, there are fixed. Some data is fixed in this world. The number of days are fixed, number of months are fixed. So that's why we want to initialize that. Okay, while solving programs where date or month was required. In that case, double dimensional areas initialized, right? So, like no, uh, suppose there is an array, double dimensional array, uh, month and number of days, right? So likewise, no, a month, suppose number of rows will be 12 and how is that? Uh, Not 12. Suppose, no, I will come along with that example. A number of months and number of days you want to store. That in that case, that is a double dimensional array. So it will be array has to be initialized because for month number one there will be 31 days. For month number two there will be 28 days, okay, or 29, depending upon leap year and this. Number of month is 3, then 31, kind of that, right? So in that case, double dimensional array is initialized. But situations are very uh, rare. Right?